Hi, I'm Blanche Baxley, and we're going to look at gamifying your classroom to increase engagement and motivation. First, we need to know what is gamified learning. Well, it's incorporating game design elements into your classroom so that students have a choice and therefore are more engaged and motivated to drive innovation. Some of the key terms in gamification is additive grading and what it is, badges and their use, the leaderboards to create competition, and using levels and locks to make sure students are appropriately challenged. To understand what additive grading is, we also need to look at what traditional grading is. So traditional grading is when students assume they start with an A. Grades decrease with poor performance. This creates a hard time for students to recover from one poor grade. Additive grading is used heavily in gamification. Students start at 0 and they use choice activities to accumulate points. They always have a chance to improve their grade, which encourages risk-taking. Some best practices from game design would be just-in-time learning, giving them access when they need it, making sure they are appropriately challenged and pushed, using collaboration to foster not only competition but also growth in peer groups, and giving students choice to give them a chance to take ownership in their own learning. If you are considering implementing this in your classroom, some things you might want to consider is the limitations, where not all students will engage in this, the resource requirements needed to perform, diverse learning needs will need to be addressed with other ways, and the limitations of content-specific standards. Some implementation steps you can follow would be getting your administrator's approval, choosing a platform that meets your teaching style and your students' needs, designing diverse assignments for choice, weighting those assignments, and then with anything in public education, reflecting and adjusting. Some examples of gamification in the classroom include using a badge system, using Team Quest, using assignment choice, as well as level progression. The way this looks in your classroom can be different depending on the content that you are addressing. Some popular learning platforms are Classcraft. This uses a fantasy style in order to encourage students to earn points by completing assignments. Gradecraft takes mundane assignments and assigns them points to give students a gamification feel. A virtual locker works as a way to help students stay on task and know what they've already accomplished and what needs to be accomplished. And finally, Canvas, which was heavily used in the university and college area but has now extended into K-12. In conclusion, we looked at ways that gamification can be used to encourage choice, motivate students, and increase engagement. This helps students take risks without the fear of failure, and with careful planning, it creates a meaningful learning experience. Thank you very much.